Okay, folks, welcome to Swing Trading Today. This is Bob Desmond at the Contrarian Trader, and it is 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, April the 9th, 2019. Let's get to it. Before we get to it, actually, may I ask you to please share this video, subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. And if you click that bell button, you get the notifications that I posted a new video. So if you would do that, I'd really appreciate it. All right, let's get to the pre-market activity. The S&P 500 pre-market is down slightly, but we're stair-stepping higher here. Like here, higher low, here, higher low, and probably the same deal is going to happen here this morning for the S&P 500. What I will point out, though, and these are all 4-hour charts, folks, what I will point out is a bit of a concern here is that while we are pressing higher, RSI is beginning to lose a little bit of momentum. We are putting in lower highs, but no lower lows yet. So we're holding support here. Let's just watch the RSI because that could be a leading indicator for us. The trend on the S&P is clearly still up this morning. So while we are down slightly, it still points to a fairly strong market. The NASDAQ, very similar in terms of stair-stepping higher. The trend is clearly still up on a 4-hour chart. Now you're seeing the same thing here. While we are pressing higher on the NASDAQ, you're seeing lower highs on the RSI. So no reason to go dumping your portfolio here, but this is us doing our detective work, right? We're looking for negative divergences on RSI and our other leading indicators. So we are down slightly in the pre-market. Again, the trend is still up, stair-stepping higher here. Just watch the RSI, 4-hour chart. Segueing over to the dollar. The dollar broke support yet again overnight. We broke support yesterday morning. We broke a second support level today. Now the dollar was down last week, and it appears as though we have now broken down to a new weekly low. So let's clear the chart here of all of these symbols because this matters. An event has occurred here, and that event is that we have a lower high, and you would have expected this support level to hold, but it did not. That's a support level that we breached overnight. So this is a problem for dollar longs. We have a new trend here on a short-term basis, on a 4-hour basis. We have what was a uptrend is now a downtrend. We have put in a lower high and broken down to new lower lows. Be careful if you are short of commodities. Let's take a look at silver, which had a good day yesterday. We have broken out above resistance on a 4-hour basis. We are moving higher, putting in higher lows. I think we are going to press higher here. Members, we discussed this last night on a daily basis on Market Wrap, which is posted in the members area. So we will be looking to place a trade in silver today. So silver looking strong, up slightly in the pre-market. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is up $3.30 this morning. This is the support level to watch if you're short-term trading. So here's the formidable 1310 level on gold. That is the breakout point to watch. Forget about 1300. It's 1310. That's the number. So gold looking strong this morning. Let's check out oil. Okay, this is the Brent price. We continue to press higher here, and a weakening U.S. dollar is only going to cause oil to move up higher. Now, oil is up about 40% on the year thus far. So whenever you hear the Federal Reserve come out and say there's no inflation, take a look at the chart of oil. Good support here at the $71 per share level. I think oil presses higher, especially if the dollar continues to weaken. Let's check out Bitcoin. Nice move overnight. I know there was some chatter in the forum overnight. I got alerted to a thread. I haven't seen it yet. But Bitcoin is looking good. We are consolidating gains from last week, which is really good to see. And we are stair-stepping higher here. Consolidating. I think that Bitcoin is going higher. And I put out a forecast of 4,500 to 5,000 earlier in the year. And we are there already. And I think that we are pressing higher here on Bitcoin. So this is the resistance level to watch at the 53.20 level. And here's a support level to watch at the 51.50 level. RSI is a little bit lethargic here. We may be setting up for a double bottom setup here. So we're going to be watching for a breakout here on RSI. And that'll confirm the breakout on price. So right now we're consolidating. We're looking good. I think the path of least resistance remains higher for commodities, for Bitcoin, dollar under pressure, the S&P 500, NASDAQ. They appear in terms of price to want to press higher. RSI is sending us a signal, though, on a 4-hour basis that all may not be as well as what may be appearing on the chart so far. Let's segue over and into members' stock chart requests, which is where I review the symbols that our gold members submit for me to review on video. The first chart up, Honeywell. Daily chart. Clearly an uptrend established here. Looking good. Stokes are rising, higher lows and higher highs. RSI, the same deal. What we had yesterday was an outside reversal day, a bullish key reversal, one of my favorite setups, and it appears as though we are pressing higher. We have cleared the 160 level, and in fact, what we did yesterday, because this was resistance going back to October, we retested that support level yesterday. Really good stuff. Volume, though, is a bit of a concern. You'd really want to see those volume bars rise. So in terms of price, looking good. In terms of volume, a bit of a concern. So just be careful with your position sizing. Amazon, we'll start with a weekly chart. We have a new weekly high. But as I always like to say, the test is always at the top. The all-time high is at 2050.50. As we inch closer towards it, do we see sellers move in and sell strength, or do we gain momentum, challenge, and then break out to new all-time highs? That's yet to be seen. Daily chart. Now on a daily basis, RSI and Stokes are pressing higher, and they are confirming price action. Yesterday, we flashed a bullish key reversal closing at the highs of the day. I think we could rally up to 1865 to 1895 before hitting real serious resistance. So Amazon still looks good, but resistance immediately above. Volume has been light. But to be fair, to both the up and to the downside. Square, daily chart, sideways consolidation here. We are lagging the market, no doubt about it. Now, you may take a look at Stokes and say, wow, this is really ugly. You have to put it in the context of what the trend is. And the trend is sideways. It's lethargic. So this type of sideways price action could skew the stochastics. Now, were we in an uptrend, or were we in a rally that was under threat, under pressure, and we saw Stokes looking like this, I'd say, brother, look out below. It's going to get ugly out there. But that's not the situation. So we need to put the Stokes into context of what the price action is, and that's just sideways consolidation. So it could skew your indicators. So long story short, how do you trade Square? You trade Square by waiting for the breakout, or you wait for a pullback and a retest of the lower band of support, and you put a stop loss right below that support level. Until then, you do nothing. Sit, watch, and wait. The shares of Square need to earn the right to gain your investment dollar. The pressure is not on you if you are not long of this position right now. Sit on your hands, just watch it. No action required. Monster Beverage weekly chart. Now, this is not the prettiest of charts on a weekly basis. And the reason why I say that, let's update this, is that we broke out here the week of February the 25th. We had a W formation, and that week we broke out above the pivot point, which is really bullish stuff. But as we neared prior highs, sellers moved in and took it down. Could have been an earnings report. I'm not sure. I haven't done the research on the news at that point in time. Whatever it was, it caused the shares to collapse, to break back down below critical support. Now, had the support level held on bad news, I would have said that's actually a pretty good sign. That's the market sending you a signal. But it didn't. Not enough bulls to support the shares, and we have retraced not below one support level, not below two support levels, but now we are down at a third support level, and we are trying to defend it. So the weekly chart is concerning, to say the least. Now, this week so far, no weekly low, which is good stuff. Thus far, we have one trading day in the books for the week. It's a doji star formation, a sign of indecision. Might this support level hold? Sure, maybe. If you're going to buy the shares, put a stop loss right below 52.23 if you're trading this as an intermediate term trade. Now, if you're looking to swing trade this for several days to a couple of weeks, not even a couple of weeks, several days, I would keep an eye on the signals that the market is sending you now, in that we are getting higher lows put in on our indicators, despite the fact that we have broken down to lower lows on price. That is a bullish divergence, but not a reason to go buying yet, because you want to get a validation of the higher lows on price as well. Volume has been very, very light, so please be careful. You don't want to get lured into a bull trap. So if you trade these shares, make sure you're using a stop. I would use at a bare minimum a break below last week's lows at 52.23 as my stop point. Now, if we rally, we could rally all the way up here to $57 per share, which was resistance back in November, and most recently in March, and it was support back in February. So that's a good price target to use. We do have a little bit of congestion in between there at the $56 per share level. So between $56 per share and $57 per share, that should be a very short-term price target, and I would be looking to book profits into that resistance level, or those resistance levels. And that's it for this morning, folks. Again, if you could please give me a like on this channel. If you watch this on YouTube, leave a comment below. I'll certainly get back to you. Everybody have a profitable trading day, and I'll talk to you soon.